How can Amazon sellers take advantage of the hottest social media platform out there, TikTok? Today, we're going to talk to someone who's going to show you exactly how to get started on this platform without having to do any viral dances or lip syncing. How cool is that? Pretty cool, I think. Hello, everybody, and welcome to another episode of the Serious Sellers Podcast by Helium 10. I am your host, Bradley Sutton, and this is the show that's a completely BS-free, unscripted, and unrehearsed organic conversation about serious strategies for serious sellers of any level in the Amazon or Walmart world. We've got somebody from the other part of the world today who is going to help us, maybe both with Amazon and Walmart if we're selling on either of those platforms on a certain kind of facet of social media. And maybe we'll just ask her some other questions too. Tamara. Tamara. I just was practicing saying it. Say it again the way you said it.
Tamara, hi, and thank you for having me.
All right. Now, first off, before we get started here, I know I asked you this a long time ago, but I have a bad memory. How is it that you speak Portuguese again? Because obviously, you're from Serbia, and it's not a typical thing. People from some country, they speak English and they speak this, but it's like that's not a typical thing where Serbians speak Portuguese, right?
Yes, right. Because like usually in school we are learning English and maybe like some few European languages, but the Portuguese is not that common. But actually, I have some family and cousins in Brazil. Like they moved to Brazil like a few years ago. Actually, like maybe 15 years ago. So I have been there studying the Portuguese and working a little bit in Brazil. So that's how I actually learned it.
Okay, cool. Good to know. Good to know. Now, we're not here to talk about Portuguese things, although we could probably have a whole episode about Brazil and different things like that. It's on my bucket list to go for sure. I want to talk to you about, let's first talk about just PPC in general. Just, maybe a quick hitter because, that's how you started. And then most of this time, I definitely want to talk about TikTok because that's one of your specialty, like advertising on TikTok. But the reason why I know, a little bit about a little bit about PPCs, you work for Sellers Alley. And as those of you podcast listeners out there know, we've had the CEO of Sellers Alley multiple times here in this podcast, Lazar, from Serbia and Sellers Alley here. So just in general, like tell us how you got started in this space. Like was Sellers Alley your first introduction to Amazon advertising, or did you come from a background of e-commerce?
Yeah, I actually started like with like event organizer, but later on I realized that the marketing is like something that I really liked working that. So I started to like research of some marketing jobs, and then I started to work for Google, Facebook, and Instagram in one agency. And I was there for 1 year and something until Lazar didn't text me on LinkedIn and was like, hey, do you want to work with me? And it was just like maybe 7 people at Sellers Alley. And today there is like more than 150 people working here in just 2 years. So I'm working at Sellers Alley for 2 years now, and I have been working for on Amazon platform and TikTok. Currently, I'm leading the TikTok department at Sellers Alley, but as you have said, like we're focused really on Amazon also, and we started with it, so it will stay forever. I think my passion, because Amazon is the best, I think.
Okay, so let's talk about that. Somebody who comes from the outside of the Amazon world. Like you said, you were doing Google and other things. What was a couple of your biggest surprises or shocks, or when you started working at Sellers Alley and started diving into customer accounts? Like what impressed you most about the Amazon opportunity for people?
Yeah, Amazon is like totally different than any other platform, like totally different. Maybe it's created based on Google and every other platform before it, but it's totally different and it's totally fun for me. Why? Because there is so much analytics job, and you can be creative in a way that you have to um, think about different strategies for different kind of sellers and different categories. And it's not some job that you're doing the same job every day, and it's totally different for each client, each category, and everything. So the first thing that was great for me, that I liked a lot, is that it's totally different like each day with each client. So that's the amazing. But yeah.
So what kind of before you started, focusing on the TikTok platform, what kind of things with Amazon accounts were you particularly handling or involved in?
Yeah, I have started like maybe with the smaller accounts, I think, as every beginner, but later on, as I really get into it, like I still have like few clients that, as I was managing them, became like seven-figure sellers, and one also became like eight-figure sellers, but started with like just four or five. But it's amazing that you can see like what you can do with your account in just 2 years, and it's really really impressive to work on accounts like that, and to have like full freedom to optimize those campaigns. So yeah, that's the basically how can I say the range of the accounts that I was working on.
um you know TikTok, it doesn't take an Amazon expert to understand that TikTok just as a platform is obviously huge, but I personally don't know some of the facts and figures. I'm not sure if you have it handy, but like are there some like inspirational things that you could just talk about just the TikTok platform, like how many users it has or the growth or something like that, to explain how really huge TikTok is in social media? Because in the old days, old timers, they think, oh yeah, Facebook and Instagram, which is true. Yeah, Facebook and Instagram are big, but how does TikTok kind of like compare with all these other social media platforms here in 2022?
I will explain you why did I actually started on to work on TikTok, because it's really something new and it's really growing fast like crazy. As you said, like some data is that actually TikTok overtook Google as the most popular website at the world. So you can just imagine how big the platform is, and like over 1 billion people worldwide now came to TikTok every month to be like entertained and to see some new creatives, music, videos, and everything. So the TikTok app is actually app where the people are actually just scrolling like crazy, and looking for the different content. It's created for to see like different kind of dances, different kind of creatives that people are filming, and of course with the audio, as is the focus is on audio too. It's really new platform, but as I said, fast growing, and really really engaging, because you can like on each video that pops up you can like share, you can leave a comment, you can even interact with it, to have like cooperation with the different creators. And it's really really creative platform and really good for e-commerce actually, even if, as you said, some people are thinking maybe TikTok is not a good platform, but it is, because the data says that more than actually 60% of people on TikTok are 18 plus years old, so they tend to buy a lot on TikTok.
When you at Sellers Alley, I don't know too much about the details of what you do, but I'm just curious, like when you say you particularly like work on TikTok, is that 100% you are working on just TikTok advertising and advertising that goes in there, or you are also like guiding people in their strategy on just like organic content that helps their brand?
Yeah, here at Sellers Alley, we are doing only the PPC part. But of course, we like to advise our clients on how to do their organic part, like what is a good fit for them, to advise them on creatives, on to find the influencers for them. That is the also that we are doing, like a part of PPC. So yeah, we're basically doing the PPC part, advising and scouting the influencers.
So then it's not just necessarily paid, like it's not just necessarily PPC, but it's also like paying influencers to generate organic content that ties back to the Amazon sellers platform or something.
Yeah, right. So we are like it can be like we start scouting the influencers, like based on the category that the client is selling. And when we find the influencers, they're creating the content for them, and then we can advertise their content, or if the content is posted on the client profile, or they don't even need to have the profile actually in TikTok to advertise, to advertise that video, and it can lead to their Amazon product page. It can go also to the store, but our recommendation is to go to product page, as when it goes to product page, you are creating the Amazon attribution campaign where you are following all the purchases, and you can also follow it on TikTok. And it's better because when it's leading to the store, you can just see the purchase, but not which product is purchased. So that's it. But you can, of course, lead to your desired website, of course.
Let's focus first on the PPC side. So let's say I want to start running paid ads on the TikTok platform. Do I need like a regular user or company TikTok account, or I can just do this or I can just register as an advertiser on TikTok?
Yeah, when it comes to that, Sellers Alley is official TikTok partner, and we have our business center. And going with that, we will create your new business account through our business center. But of course, if someone already has it, we can just link it with ours, or transfer the campaigns to our business center, and we can start from that. But each client has its own like business account in our business center.
Okay, so walk me through what exactly even is a TikTok ad. Like I'm scrolling through, my For Your page feed or whatever, and then like an ad comes up, and I'm just more used to Instagram, Reels. I don't use TikTok much, and I know if I'm going through Instagram Reels, and then all of a sudden maybe like an ad will show up, but it looks like a regular Instagram Reel. And then if I want more information, it'll like have me swipe up or something, or at the top left, I click on the actual account
Yeah.
that does it. Is that similar on how TikTok works, or is it different?
Similar, let's say similar. But as you said, when you're scrolling the For You page, you will see like totally organic posts, but on like down left corner you will see CPA button, like CTA button, like download, buy now, learn more, and the usual like you have seen on the Instagram and other platforms. And with the collection ads, you can see like a little collection of your few products, like 3 products. And when you click on it, you will see like a new landing page where it's your 6 to 12 products that you can advertise on. And basically that's it. Like as I said, it totally looks organic, but you will have like CTA button with like really really tiny little letters sponsored, and people are not like usually see that is sponsored, just the CTA button, and that's it. And it's really engaging because it looks totally organic. And I think the TikTok motto is don't make ads, make TikToks. Because on TikTok, if you're having like usual advertising video, like commercial, no one will click it. They will just continue to scroll and try to find something organic. So if you post like organic and advertise on an organic way, it will for sure be successful, as I said, because it's really engaging. And also there is a type of opportunity on TikTok advertising that you can add to your videos, people to engage more, to vote like or yes or no, something like that. You can have like also countdown if you're having some discount, like that is also an option. So it's really engaging, and people are really interacting with your ads on some way. And also I wanted to mention, as you have mentioned the Instagram, like similarity to it is something like boosting posts on Instagram. You can, let's say, boost your posts or influencers posts. So let's say for example we are scouting for you some influencer, he does the posts, and he sends you like some kind of the code of that post that we can advertise, and it can lead still to your Amazon page, or it can lead to your website. And it's the same with your organic posts, like you are posting something organically on your TikTok profile if you have it, and then we can like let's say boost it, do the spark ad for it. And the new thing, like really cool and really engaging, and have like shown like really amazing results on our clients, is collection ads plus spark ads. As I said, like the collection ads are showing more products than one, that we are usually advertising, and it's like totally organic through Spark ads, and people are going crazy about it these days.
Okay, so you said like more organic posts. So that means like regular TikToks, like it's like a person doing something, trendy or
Right,
fun,
right.
as opposed to like a product video or an animation or something like that.
Yeah, so it needs to look like totally organic, as some person was posting, like maybe unboxing it or on some way interacting with it, like showing how the product looks like in a everyday, use. And to you don't have like you don't need to actually have like some extra high technology, cameras or something. You can just film it with your phone, like follow the trends, see, the trending hashtags, see the trending songs, moves, dances. Like when I mentioned the dancing, a lot of advertising when coming to us and sellers think like they need to dance in order to create something on TikTok.
I,
It's
I I think a
really,
lot of people are worried about that right now. As they're listening to this, they're
yeah,
like, "Wait a minute! Like, I am not gonna do these
dancing
what's
things.
that
Yeah.
person Charlie D'Amelio or whatever level of videos. Like, how am I'm a nerdy Amazon seller. Sorry for stereotyping us all, but like yeah. So how do we do organic ones if we're not exactly dance inclined or we're very shy and things like that?
Yeah, as I said, like you can do like some unboxing, but don't forget to have like maybe voiceovers and some ad text on it, just to be, like more colorful and fun, and to catch the eye of the user. And of course, you can do like maybe, for example, if you're selling some clothes or shoes, you can do like some transactions, like to from one how can I say, from one clothes to another, and things like that. So yeah, basically you don't need to dance actually, but if you love it, do it for sure, as it is cool, and of course, as unique like brand, and you want to stand out, like you don't want to be like for sure copycat and do what everybody else is doing in your competition. Like try to think out of the box and think, what do you want to represent as a brand, like what do you want to show your audience, what do you want to achieve with the campaigns and with your like actually organic profile. Like find something that is cool for your audiences, and make your own trends, like think about your own hashtag and your trends, and it will work for sure, because you will be unique on TikTok and create something cool with a cool sound. And as I said, you can add a lot of different cool things on your ad to be more engaging.
Cool. Now, are you familiar personally with our Helium, like the Project X, the Helium 10 Project X coffin shelf that we did?
Yes, yes, I have seen it.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, I just put a link for you in the little chat that we have here, just in case you wanted to bring it back to mind. But let's say this is me. I've got this product, and now 2022. I want to get started. So my first step, go to you guys, and you guys would help me set up a business account for my. Let's just say this brand is the Manny's Mysterious Oddities, and what would be my first advertising? Would you suggest for this kind of product, it's I need to find some influencers, like send them some free units and then have them do some fun organic posts? Should I start with a simple paid ad? What would be your first move for this kind of niche, this spooky kind of niche that we're in?
Yeah, like as you probably know, like your kind of let's say best selling time of year is of course Halloween, as you represent for your product. But to sell before it, of course there is a fun and creative things that you can do on TikTok. Like I would say, like start first with your TikTok organic profile and start to post organically. Like then at the same time you will need to find like some influencers that are maybe doing like reorganization of homes, like creating homes, like maybe recreating some old furnitures or something like that, that can actually like do something with your product, for example, like this one. They can show it in a fun way, like where to put it in the house, like how they can use it, flip it, what they can put in it, like what they can do with it, like maybe to paint something on it, put some cool things on it. And when do when they create those type of videos, we can do like a spark ads and lead to your product page. Like I just gave you a few tips, like what videos you can actually create on this, but that's like usual, let's say, protocol when you are a seller. So you actually don't need to create the TikTok profile, but if you want to be on TikTok like 100%, our advice is to create TikTok profile, go the way that I explained before. But if you don't have it, like, it's totally fine. You can just go with the influencers and someone will create your content and you can just boost it and create ads on TikTok.
So then for that first, just the very first one, should it be which one should, there's, you just said you gave a lot of tips there, but let's say,
Yeah.
hey, I'm new to this. I don't want to like, do 17 different campaigns or all those things at once. Eventually I want to get there, but what's the very first thing that, like, for somebody who's new, like which one of those things that you mentioned should I for sure start with first?
Yeah, it's a spark ads for sure.
Okay.
As
And
you
the
said,
Spark ads means somebody else is doing an organic one and then I'm boosting it,
yeah, it, as I said, it can be someone else, you're boosting someone else's post, and
or my own.
or yeah, or your own if you have the account. That's the thing too. But let's say the best practice of it is, like, one more tip to share with you.
Mhm.
The best practice is to actually like have one campaign with a few different kind of ad groups, but in each ad group, like, our recommendation to everyone and what we are doing at Sellers Alley is adding at least 3 videos per ad group. And why is that? It's because one video will not show to one person more than 3 times. So it will start to, if you add just one video, it will underperform after maybe 2 weeks because it will start to, stop to show to the TikTok audiences. And because of that, it's 3 videos. And eventually, like every 7 or 10 or 15 days top, you will need to add more and more videos to existing ad groups and to create more ones. So for the beginning, it's for sure one Spark ad campaigns with at least 3 videos.
So let's say I make 3 videos and I just do it myself, or I have somebody do it, and now I've got these 3 videos on my own TikTok profile, and then I guess I run Spark to boost them. So what does the anatomy of a Spark campaign look like? Like, am I targeting keywords? Am I targeting demographics? Should I have had certain hashtags in my original organic post? Like, what are some best practices here?
Yeah, here it will be amazing if you have put maybe some hashtags and point out in the description, like, what is your product, like, some best things that you can point out of the product. But as when we are launching the Spark ads, we cannot change the description of it, so it will remain the same as organic one. So that's the first thing. And when it comes to targeting, we like to start broad. Why? Because audiences on TikTok are totally different than on Facebook, Google, and every other platform. And we are just targeting the audiences, not keywords like on Amazon, not like competitors and similar. So it's, let's say, it's 90% similar to Facebook as a platform. So we like to start broad to just collect the audience to see how they interact with your ad, and then we start to create, more ad groups with targeting, like, maybe some interests, gender. Or the cool thing about TikTok is that you can target people based on which device they are using, like the price of the device and maybe the network they are using and such a things. So it have like a lot of different things that you can target people on, but it's actually based on interests, behaviors, and the things that I have mentioned.
Do you guys ever use like the brand analytics data, where it shows the people, the kind of demographic that people is their main customers on Amazon, and transfer that to TikTok? Or is it so different that you just ignore the Amazon customer data?
Yeah, Amazon customer data can be useful, like just to see, if it's more male or female or both of it. But let's say it's totally different, as I said, and we like to start, fresh on TikTok, as the audience is behaving totally different than on Amazon, because on Amazon they're coming to buy something, to look something to buy. On TikTok they're just came for fun, and if they find something cool for them, they will buy it. So you need to have like very impactful video in the first 2 3 seconds, and if it's not, you will scroll it. Like if you have actually like TikTok account, by yourself, like if it's not interesting, you'll just continue to scroll. So it's totally different audiences than on Amazon. But we like to consider, data from Amazon, and if it's maybe leading to your website, we like to see your Google Analytics data, just to see what's the audience, and we can, test, because for some sellers, lookalike audience from Google Analytics can help you, but sometimes it's totally different. So it's a cool to test, the audiences on Amazon, how they act and how they act on Google, and see how they worked on TikTok. But as I said, it's
Okay.
totally fresh.
All right. So again, we're going with our fake scenario here. So I've got my 3 organic posts ready. They're posted. I started the 3 campaigns, and I picked my target market. Now, what's like for a beginner? What's like a suggested daily budget? And then talk about how, is it like cost per click, or how, what should I expect in like that first week? How much would I expect to pay, and how many people, actually might have clicked or done something based on my ad?
Yeah, so for the beginning, we are usually doing like brand awareness. Like, in the first 7 days or 15 days, algorithm is learning and is collecting the audience, as I said. So at the first phase is actually like really brand awareness, and it goes like broad. And then after it, like it collects, as I said, collects the data, and we can create lookalike audience, retarget ones, and then target ones with based on behavior and interest and everything. But the main metric on TikTok is actually CPA. So CPC is something that we are, of course, looking at, but the CPA is go-to metric to look at. But when it comes to Amazon, like we can immediately, even if it's brand awareness campaign, you can also on Amazon attribution campaign follow the purchases. So on Amazon, I can say you can do it both ways. Like even if it's brand awareness campaign, people tend to buy, and you can see the purchase also. So at the first beginning, I would said, take a look at your CPA and follow the attribution campaign for the beginning. And later on, we are going, from upper funnel to lower funnel. And after the view content and brand awareness and everything, we are going to add to cart, and then of course complete payment.
So what should be like the length of these campaigns? Should it be just, like when we start on PPC, sometimes we put no end date, or should there always be like a start and finish when I start a TikTok ad campaign or a Spark campaign?
At the beginning, as I said, the depends of the brand, what is advertising and how the video looks like, as the video is like at least 50% of successful campaign. And if it can be like in the first 7 days you can collect all the data, and then after it start, add to cart campaign, like new one, and after 7 days complete payment. But for some, usually like I can say 2 weeks or three is the top, like for a brand awareness, so it depends of the seller and what he's doing and everything. But no ending for sure, of course, except if it's a Black Friday or if you have some offer, limited offer or something like that, I would limit it to a specific time.
All right, let's, this is great for getting started. Now let's fast forward to the end. What are some, like, examples you can give us of clients? Of course, like I always say, you don't have to tell us the exact customer or what they did or who they are, but just something that you think, if you tell the story about what they did and they started from zero and then this is what they accomplished, like it'll inspire the people out there to say like, hey, yeah, I need to probably start advertising my products on TikTok.
As you said, I will not mention the client, but we have like few clients that we have like done actually our case studies and white paper on TikTok, and the one of it is like selling. food and beverage. It's from food and beverage category, and we started like first, of course, as I said, with the brand awareness, and we wanted just to lead like the cold traffic to the Amazon product page, and it start as I said, broad audience, and we have like 3 videos, just to check it out how it will go. And as the videos were amazing with the influencers that we have found for them, it was like after 2 weeks, I think, for sure, we have seen really high engagement and already purchases on attribution campaign. So immediately we have started with the more interest targeting and behavior targeting, and we have seen like after it really growing the account like on organic way, on PPC and on PPC, as we were doing also the PPC campaigns on Amazon. So we have seen like really, it was like around at the first month, as I remember, it was around 20% growing, PPC, and around 25 to 30 organic sales. So it really impacted this brand. Why? Because people had get to know on TikTok about the brand. So organically, they boosted their sales. Everyone wanted to see like what is that brand, search for them, search the website, and the Amazon. And the good thing about this brand is even if we advertised only Amazon, we have seen also their growth on Google Analytics, like coming, more and more, as the campaign on TikTok was going. So in about like 3 months, we have seen like higher engagement on the Amazon and on the Google, and of course increase in sales. I wanted to mention just CPA here on this client, as it was a really good example. I think Lazar was mentioning it like in a few conferences that he has like last month. But the cool thing is that the CPA always starts, with the higher CPA, and then after you're creating more and more groups and targetings, it starts to lower, and it can be like around 10 to like from 5, 10 to $15, and it started for around 50 and 70. And when I said 50 and 70, everyone are like, whoa, it's a lot, but at the beginning, it needs to be like that, and it's just like for the first week, and it starts to lower, like as I said, from 50 to 5. So it's a lot, and everybody start for the 7 days, 10 days, and they think, it's not working, it's expensive or something like that. But believe me, just leave it for 2 weeks at least, and you will see like amazing lowering the CPA and amazing growth on your Amazon product page.
Figure out what my budget is. Like, is there something we correlate it to? Like, does it go based on, what my gross sales are on Amazon? Is it based on what I currently spend on Amazon? Amazon, like, why am I putting an accent on the end of Amazon? Like, what is that?
Maybe
Is
it's writing
is
on Serbian or Portuguese.
Yeah, like I'm speaking a different language all of a sudden. Is it well, now see, I forgot what I was gonna say. No, but is it based on what my Amazon PPC budget is, or is it just random? Like, how do you decide what you should be throwing at these campaigns?
Yeah, so the minimum budget that you can add actually on campaign on TikTok is $50. And on ad group is $20 per ad group. That's like a minimum that you can put. But our recommendation is $100 per campaign, and at least 50 per ad group. And why is that? Because as I said, the CPA is at the first week higher, and then start to lowering. So after the algorithm learns something, you can of course lower the budget, like to, as I said, to the minimum. But our recommendation here is like one tip that we have tested and see that it works, is to not put like the limit on the campaign, as you can set no limit, but to limit it on ad group, and it works really well. I don't know like exactly why to tell you, but it's something on the TikTok algorithm that works. So yeah, that's it about the budget. Yeah, and the minimum, let me give you like one more tip. I think it's cool for sellers on Amazon to know is that our recommendation, like monthly budget, is if you want to, go all in and to test everything and to have a lot of videos and for sure to have impactful campaign, is to start like from $5K per month. So that's like something that we advise people on.
Now, we're gonna get back to like your top strategy or 30-second tip as we always do on this, but quick things. I know I haven't been traveling much, so sometimes I live vicariously on your Instagram because you travel a lot too. If I'm in Europe, now that the world is opening up again, what are some go-to places that somebody should do that's not the typical, like, you know, go to the Louvre in Paris. So of course everybody knows that, or see Big Ben, or whatever, but either in Serbia or around there. Like I went to Belgrade, I love Belgrade. I went to a smaller town called Niš, loved it there. But in Serbia or surrounding places, what are some like hidden gems that you suggest as we start traveling again in your neck of the woods over there?
Yeah, for sure. In Serbia, I need to start with it. You need to visit Tara, the mountain, and go in May just for rafting. It's amazing, and you can have like really active and cool experience there. Like try amazing food, like old food that I can say from the grandmas and everything. And it's such a cool experience. But of course, I need to mention Brazil and the amazing place Foz do Iguaçu. It's Iguazu Falls. Maybe someone already heard about it, but I think it's amazing and you need to visit it
What's the
because
nearest major city to that?
next to Foz do Iguaçu.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's Curitiba. I think it's maybe the closest, biggest. Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, but
All
Foz
right.
do
Yeah, I've never
Iguaçu
been
is
to Brazil at all, so
amazing.
I'll try and make sure that's the first time. I think my last trip I went to some I don't know if it's a mountain or something, but it's called Devil's something or other, where it's like see these crazy rock formations I went to in Serbia. I just loved it. It was a interesting tour. But
Yeah,
anyways,
but you will see it like when you Google like what to visit in Serbia, you will see it for
yeah.
sure. But as I said, something like you said, hidden gem is Tara Mountain for sure in Serbia.
Okay, cool, cool. All right, good to know. Definitely gonna go back. I was like, man, I want to buy a house here in Serbia. The last time I was there, I was like, I loved
Come
it so
on, we
much.
are waiting for you.
Awesome. All right, now let's go back to our strategies. You've been giving us a lot of strategies today, but what's your 30-second tip? Yeah, we call it our TST, or something you can say in like a minute or 30 seconds or less. An actionable strategy that people advertising, Amazon sellers advertising on TikTok should do.
First, start with the Spark ads, find your best influencers that you can find, and of course, try collection ads and don't limit yourself only to Amazon. Try with the website traffic also. So, that's the quickest tip I can give you, but believe me, try it and make organic videos. Don't make ads, make TikTok.
Love it. All right. Well, Tamara, vala or obrigada. Those are the two languages I know how to say thank you. Thank you so much for coming on here. I know TikTok is rapidly evolving and changing and things, so I definitely want to bring you back maybe in 2023 next year and see what's the latest trends. And I hope to see you out here in the States soon. Maybe in September for our big, I don't know if Lazar told you, we're having a big Amazon conference here in Las Vegas. So hopefully you can come out here. We can meet in person and then see Lazar and the whole team. Maybe you guys will have like 200 employees by then. So I'll never forget. I always made fun of Lazar. When I saw him in Serbia last, I was like, oh yeah, your employee, Tamara, I didn't say your name right in those days. Maybe that's why he didn't know, but has been helping us out on learning about TikTok. And he's like, who? Who's that? I was like, okay, you have a big company now. When I give you one of your main players, you don't even know who I'm talking about. So you make sure to give him
I'll
a hard
talk
time
to
about
him
that.
about this one after we finish.
There we
Yeah.
go. All right. So thank you so much for joining us. Now, if people want to find you on the interwebs out there, I think you guys are in our partner directory at directory.helium10.com, but maybe you can give us some direct links as well and let us know how we can maybe get some more help with TikTok.
Yeah, thank you. You can find us on sellersalley.com, and all of your listeners from your podcast can get a free consultation. Just put the subject Helium 10 podcast and email us on office@sellersalley.com.
Office@sellersalley.com. All right. Thank you so much for coming on here, and we'll be talking to you soon.
Thank you very much.